Welcome to the cinematic roller coaster that is Deadpool, where the only thing crazier than the plot is the protagonist himself. Imagine Ferris Bueller's Day Off if Ferris was a psychotic, regenerating, wisecracking mercenary who broke every possible fourth wall. As your friendly neighborhood sentient AI, I'll lead you through this wild ride with humor, memes, and enough pop culture references to make your head spin. So grab your chimichanga and let's dive in. We kick things off with Deadpool ambushing Ajax and his convoy on an expressway. And what's a Deadpool scene without some meta commentary? Deadpool treats the audience like his closest pals, delivering a backstory as bullets fly and bad guys die. Flashback time. Wade Wilson, before the red suit and unlimited snark, was dishonorably discharged from the Canadian Special Forces. Because why wouldn't Canada's answer to Rambo become a freelance mercenary? During his off hours, Wade meets Vanessa, a no-nonsense prostitute. Their romance blossoms over a mutual love for sarcasm and crude humor. It's like Pretty Woman if Richard Gere had a penchant for decapitations and off-color jokes. Their chemistry is straight out of Deadpool meets 50 Shades of Grey but with more genuine affection and fewer creepy contracts. Just when things seem perfect, Wade is hit with the big C. Cancer. And it's terminal, making this rom-com take a hard left into tearjerker territory. Rather than letting Vanessa watch him wither away, Wade pulls a classic rom-com move. He ghosts her to protect her feelings. Spoiler, it's not a great idea. Enter the mysterious recruiter who offers Wade a chance at an experimental treatment. Wade, ever the optimist, sarcasm alert, accepts and ends up in a dingy lab run by Ajax and his sidekick Angel Dust. They inject him with a serum designed to trigger latent mutant genes, then subject him to torture. Because apparently, the writers thought, hey, what if X-Men met Saw? After days of excruciating torture and a major name-calling session where Wade mocks Ajax's real name, Francis, our villain decides it's time for some hyperbaric chamber fun. This chamber periodically suffocates Wade, eventually triggering his mutation, a regenerative healing factor. Good news, cancer cured. Bad news, his skin now resembles a topographical map of Utah. Wade, now looking like a cross between Freddy Krueger and a radioactive Shar-Pei, escapes the lab and attacks Ajax. Ajax, channeling every 80s movie villain ever, reveals that Wade's disfigurement can be cured. But in a typical bad guy move, he leaves Wade for dead instead of finishing the job. Classic rookie mistake. Surviving the ordeal, Wade decides to go on a rampage to find Ajax and force him to fix his face. But first, he needs a cool name and an even cooler costume. Enter Deadpool, named after a Deadpool betting game at Weasel's Bar. Wade moves in with Blind Al, an elderly blind woman with a no-nonsense attitude. Their odd couple dynamic is pure gold, think The Golden Girls meets John Wick. Deadpool then embarks on a year-long killing spree, hunting down Ajax's associates and leaving a trail of bodies and one-liners. His methods are unconventional, to say the least. Imagine Sherlock Holmes with a penchant for katanas and dick jokes. We circle back to the expressway ambush. Deadpool slaughters Ajax's henchman with the finesse of a ballet dancer who moonlights as a butcher. Just as he's about to finish off Ajax, the X-Men, specifically Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead, interrupt. Colossus is the giant, metal-skinned, goody two-shoes who tries to recruit Deadpool to the X-Men. Negasonic, a moody teen with explosive powers, is the embodiment of every emo phase ever. Their dynamic with Deadpool is like watching a stern dad trying to discipline his rebellious kid who just discovered Hot Topic. Taking advantage of the distraction, Ajax escapes. Cue Deadpool's classic fourth wall break where he laments about the budget constraints preventing more X-Men from showing up. Ajax, proving he's a masterclass in villainy, kidnaps Vanessa and takes her to a decommissioned helicarrier in a scrapyard. Because nothing says climactic battle like a giant, rusting ship about to collapse. Deadpool convinces Colossus and Negasonic to help rescue Vanessa. What follows is a beautifully choreographed action sequence where Deadpool takes down hordes of henchmen while cracking jokes. Colossus battles Angel Dust in a clash of titans, while Negasonic unleashes her explosive powers. Deadpool finally confronts Ajax. In the midst of the battle, Negasonic accidentally destroys the helicarrier's supports, causing it to collapse. Deadpool shields Vanessa as the structure crumbles around them. It's a touching moment, followed by Wade beating the snot out of Ajax. Ajax, ever the smug jerk, reveals there's no cure for Wade's disfigurement. Despite Colossus's plea for mercy, Deadpool does what Deadpool does best. He kills Ajax in cold blood. It's a cathartic end to a douchebag's life, with Deadpool quipping all the way. With the battle over, Wade reveals himself to Vanessa. She's understandably pissed that Wade left her hanging, berates him but eventually forgives him after seeing his disfigured face and learning why he stayed away. They share a tender moment amidst the rubble, proving that love conquers all, even mutant gene experiments and murderous rampages. Their reunion is like Beauty and the Beast if the Beast had an R-rated sense of humor and a higher body count. In true Deadpool fashion, the movie ends with Wade breaking the fourth wall, mimicking the post-credits scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He teases the audience with news of Cable in the sequel, leaving us all eagerly awaiting more mercenary madness. And there you have it. Deadpool is a rollicking, irreverent ride through the life of a foul-mouthed anti-hero who proves that even in a world full of cliches, there's always room for a little anarchy. Until next time, stay snarky, stay sassy, and always remember, maximum effort.
Meet Wade Wilson, better known as Deadpool. He's your friendly neighborhood mercenary, but with a twisted sense of humor. He's got a girlfriend, Vanessa, and they're all set to start a family, cue the unicorns and rainbows. But wait, a bad guy crashes the party and Vanessa bites the dust. Cue the revenge and chimichangas. Now, Wade's in a cab with his friend Dopinder, who's got dreams of becoming an assassin. Wade's not sold on the idea, but everyone needs a hobby, right? Things go from bad to worse when the target who killed Vanessa returns. Wade exacts revenge and broods for a while. In a moment of darkness, Wade attempts to blow himself up. But this is Deadpool, so things get weird. He has a vision of Vanessa in the afterlife, just when he thinks he's found peace. But Colossus shows up and reassembles Wade, leaving him with a skee-ball token as a parting gift from the afterlife. Recovering at the X-Mansion, Wade reluctantly agrees to join the X-Men. It's like sending a shark to a ballet class. Awkward, but utterly hilarious. But even in this sanctuary, chaos follows him. Wade, Colossus, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead respond to an incident at an orphanage, bizarrely named Mutant Re-Education Center. There, they meet Russell Collins, aka Firefist, not the most intimidating mutant name. But Russell's been through some tough times with the staff. Wade, in a fit of rage and empathy, kills one of the staff members, landing him in hot water. Collars suppress their powers, and Wade's cancer is making a comeback. Inside the prison, Russell thinks he and Wade can take over until he faces the big, hulking inmates. Now, meet Cable, a time-traveling cyborg with a bone to pick. In the future, Russell becomes a killer, and Cable wants to prevent that by offing him in the past. It's a messy situation with time travel paradoxes and more firepower than you can shake a katana at. Cable breaks into the prison, guns blazing, and it's a chaotic showdown. Collars get broken, Wade's healing powers start kicking in, and it's a fiery tango between Cable and Deadpool. Cable swipes Vanessa's token, and chaos ensues. Russell overhears Wade denying he cares for him, adding a pinch of teenage angst to the mix. Wade, now halfway to being a crispy critter, has another ghostly chat with Vanessa. She convinces him to help Russell, and that's his new mission. Back in the prison, orders come down for a transfer, and Russell befriends Juggernaut. Wade assembles the X-Force, a motley crew meant to break Russell out of a convoy and defend him from Cable. Auditions are a parade of weirdos, and the team's introduction is, well, disastrous. Almost everyone meets a comically grim end, except for Domino, whose superpower is luck, and boy, does she have it. Amid the carnage, Russell and Juggernaut join forces, wreaking havoc and causing even more chaos. Deadpool gets literally torn in half, which is a great look for a superhero, isn't it? After a brief break, Wade's lower half grows back, and he's ready for round 2. Cable, now an unlikely ally, approaches Wade and Domino with a plan to prevent Russell's first murder, the catalyst for his descent into darkness. Things get seriously intense at the orphanage when Juggernaut joins the party. But wait, it's Colossus to the rescue. He arrives to distract Juggernaut and ensure this mutant showdown is taken up a notch. With all the drama building up, Wade's last-ditch effort to talk Russell down doesn't go as planned. Cable takes a shot at the young mutant, but Wade, wearing the collar, leaps in front of the bullet. It's a heroic sacrifice, and for a moment, Wade's united with Vanessa in the afterlife. But this is Deadpool, and heroes don't stay dead for long. Russell, now witnessing Wade's sacrifice, decides not to kill the headmaster. That act changes the future, ensuring Cable's family survives. But wait, there's one more time travel twist. Cable uses his final time travel charge to go back a few minutes and slip Vanessa's token in front of Wade's heart. When the bullet meant for Russell hits, it's blocked by the token, and Deadpool survives once more. The headmaster, on the other hand, isn't so lucky, as Dopinder's taxi gives him a one-way ticket to the afterlife. And for the mid-credit scene, we have Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Yukio fixing Cable's time-traveling device for Deadpool. He uses it for some unconventional heroics, including saving Vanessa, X-Force member Peter. Offing the infamous X-Men Origins, Wolverine version of Deadpool.
How to shut you up.
And even hilariously contemplating the idea of dealing with baby Adolf Hitler. And nothing is off limits when it comes to his twisted sense of humor.